Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Tales of Arise. God, I am not used to that, and I know I did it to fuck with myself, but let's just take that off. Alright, I'm actually super excited to see what the fuck is about to happen. Making sure recording is good. Okay, we're good to go.
Niori. Shion. Hi.
Ew.
Damn it.
Bullshit.
Here I come. Sword Rain Alpha. You're mine. You picked the wrong fight.
That's right, I don't have Blazing Sword anymore. I can't just do the things. Interesting, interesting.
Try harder. Strike. You're finished.
Aqua Laser.
You're mine. Dazzle. Raining Slash. Time to let it rip.
Alright, here we go. Oh, how's this gonna work?
Strike. Blow away. Be still. Sword Rain Alpha. Raining Slash.
Okay, it just didn't want to work. Are you shitting me, man? I'm gonna die now. Quite literally.
This should do it. Try hard. Not a chance. No escape. Be still. This one's all mine. Stardust. Soaring Light Spear. You're mine. I'm not done. Eat dirt. Lightning Thrust. Soaring Light Spear. Try hard. Not a chance.
Good lord.
This should do it. Take this. Raining No escape. Raining Slash. Blow away.
It's not working.
Try hard. My turn. Sword Rain Alpha. Blow away.
Nope. It just doesn't want to work.
Try harder. My turn. Strike. Soaring Light Spear. Strike.
Ooh, ooh.
You're mine. I'm not done. Raining. Try harder. Not a chance. This one's all mine. Here I come.
There we go. Should be a lot easier now.
Lightning Thrust. Void Flash. Soaring Light Spear. Void Flash. Take this. Strike.
Probably supposed to lose. But no,
Try
this game
harder.
doesn't like.
Take this. I'm not done. Dazzle. Soaring Light Spear. Void Flash. Void Flash. Here I come. Take this. Try hard. My turn. You're mine. Sword Rain Alpha. Be still. Soaring Light Spear. Void Flash. Try harder. Be still. Soaring Light Spear. Slice. This one's all mine. Eat dirt. Void Flash. Soaring Light Spear. Here I come.
Air combo.
You're mine. Try harder. Here I come. I'm not done. Void Flash. slash! I'm not... Dazzle! You're mine! Sword Rain Alpha! Try harder! Not a chance! Dazzle! Void Flash!
Wow, come
Soaring
on.
Light Spear! I have no limits! Take it!
I bet so.
Try harder! Raining Slash!
There we go. Ugh, Lord. A lot harder, I will say.
Ah!
Alphen?
Rinwell.
Finwell!
What happened just now? Normally you'd be able to take that thing with your eyes closed.
Thank goodness you're alive. Are you all right?
Yeah.
I'm just glad we found you in one piece. You were the only one still missing. There's a village back the way we came from, Thistleim. Kisara and La are already there.
Finwell, where are we?
Ganeth Haros, Volron's realm. Remember?
Ushered by the waves straight to the enemy stronghold. A rare stroke of luck, it would seem.
Luck?
If Volron's here, that means Shion's close too, right?
Shion? Oh. Right. Of course.
Are you sure you're feeling okay? You seem a little off.
He's probably just exhausted. Let's save the catching up for when we're back at the village.
That's probably why they gave us two healers, Rinwell and Doreen. Damn. Rinwell, retired Avenger. XAG. Ooh. Yeah. If that's the case, then we're definitely playing him.
We won.
Marcel.
Go no further!
Begin!
Malevolence! Arctic
My reach is even wider!
in here!
Oh yeah, I'm gonna try it. Penumbra. I want to try that. I'm not really feeling this one, I'm gonna be honest.
I'll be saving them if it happens!
Right, I like that one. I don't think I like this one. No, I do. Sorry, it's this one I don't like. I don't like Tornado Drive, so let's try that with Demon Lance.
The enemy wields arts too.
We'll soon see about
No
that!
dawn shall break this
Got it.
night.
So I go...
Rotating counter, take this! Soaring blast! Everlasting shock! Demon blast!
Demon
Okay.
Fang! Double Demon Fang!
Down on the ground!
Demon Fang! Double Demon Fang!
You're mine! Penumbra!
Demon Fang! Double Demon Fang! Demon Fang! Double Demon Fang!
Scream bathed in blood, rending you a bloody howling!
Demon Fang!
Rotating pile driver! No dawn shall break this night!
Double Demon
Soaring
Fang!
blast! Begin!
Demon
Does it
Fang!
hurt? Does it hurt? You're mine!
Demon Fang! Double
Now,
Demon Fang!
Alphen!
In an instant! Impact Claw!
Boom. Okay. Okay.
Looks like we won.
Speaking of Thistleim, it's populated by Danans, but they're not under the rule of any lord. Pretty refreshing, huh? The whole town was built by Danan defectors, escapees from elsewhere. This area's teeming with stray Zoogles, though, So heaven only knows how they managed to set up a commute. The ordeal seems to have left them understandably on edge. Kisara and Lar... Say, Alphen.
Yeah. And your sense of pain, too.
Really?
Probably.
I wonder if Alphen's going to be okay.
For now, I believe we should hold off on speculation and simply keep an eye on him.
Right.
Yeah, I see you. Gotta come back. Oh. There we go. Right.
Hmm? You're saying we should check the owl forest?
Alphen! Boy, am I glad to see you safe.
Well, did you manage to convince them we're not in league with any lord?
Yeah, eventually.
When the ship sank, I thought we were done for. Guess the world just couldn't keep us apart.
Yeah. And now we can finally go rescue Shion.
There's something I need to tell you guys first.
Do tell. We are all ears.
I got my memory back.
So, what did you remember? Are you able to tell us now?
Give the man some space, Law.
Jesus. It's not that rough.
I remember being up on Lenegus.
Go on.
I was abducted from Dana. I was told if I ever wanted to return home, I'd have to cooperate. So that's what I did. Next thing I knew, they had made me into the Sovereign.
You mean to say you won the crown contest? As a Danon?
No. They kept me locked in a strange facility. They experimented on me, like I was nothing more than an animal. There were others, but only I survived. Of course, I wasn't really a king. The reality was that they treated me worse even than the lowest slave. The only reason I survived was because my body was able to withstand the Sovereign's power that they placed inside me.
The crest that appeared behind you on Almadria's ship must have undoubtedly been that of the Sovereign. It all makes sense now. Your affinity with the Blazing Sword, the strange powers you possess, they were all because you were the Sovereign.
Okay, but why would the Renans go out of their way to give you all that power? Just what exactly does being the Sovereign entail?
They said it was for something called the Spirit Channeling Ceremony. They taught me how to harness my power for when the big day came.
Oh, that's great. Hopefully that didn't
As for what
catch
the
it.
ceremony was actually for, unfortunately, I never found out.
Fucking bike went by.
So if what you're saying about being on Lenegus is true, then maybe you really did meet Shion. After all, you said you recognized her from somewhere, right?
But Shion said she'd never seen him before. How do you explain that?
I was wrong. It wasn't Shion I knew from Lenegis. It was Naori. She was a Renin maiden they paired me with during the spirit channeling ceremony. She's the woman I kept seeing in my dreams.
A maiden? What?
Wait, so this Naori figure just happens to be the double of Shion? Bit coincidental, isn't it?
Naori's family name was Imeris.
Imeris? As in Shion Imeris?
So they're distant relatives or something? Wait, or are they sisters?
Your guess is as good as mine. All I know is it was Naori. She's the one who put the mask on me.
The mask? But why?
To keep my soul from devouring itself over the guilt. After what I did on Lenegis. Over the lives I took.
Lives? You mean you staged a rebellion?
Perhaps it was a part of this spirit channeling ceremony?
I don't know. Whatever it was that the spirit channeling ceremony was supposed to achieve, it didn't turn out as planned. I lost consciousness halfway through. By the time I came to, Lenegis was a sea of flames. I opened my eyes to see Naori there, weeping.
Oh, I gotta sneeze. Bless me. Handy dandy mute.
I shudder to think of how many deaths I caused that day. Certainly more than any of these lords can claim, I'm sure.
You really expect us to believe this? First the Sovereign, then Lenegis? You couldn't possibly have done all that.
I wonder. In ancient scripture, there is tell of a terrible calamity that befell Lenegis, nearly destroying it. The restoration took years, and required the work of countless laborers.
By ancient, you mean...
It predates the crown contest, to a time before even the first Renin invasion of Dana. More than 300 years ago.
300?
But
that'd
he only
make
has
Alphen...
memories of a year ago.
That's right. I'm pretty much an antique of a human being.
But how? Especially considering he only got,
Deep
like,
down, maybe I already knew.
memory of, like, a
Alphen.
year ago.
Some hero, huh?
Conscious thought.
Cooperating with the same villains who snatched me from my home. Committing mass slaughter, only for it to slip my mind. Then, when I finally remember, turns out I'm so old I've got scripture written about me. So much for standing up to injustice. I've probably got more blood on my hands than all the lords combined!
Alphen, stop! Honestly, I'm not going to pretend to understand what all this means. But what I do know is that right now, you're just reacting to the shock.
Kisara.
Listen, what you really need is time. Time to process things and get your head straight. Truth be told, I think that probably goes for all of us.
What about Shion? We can't just...
I'm worried about Shion too, Law. But it's clear that Alphen's in no fit state to fight. This is Volron, remember? Even at full capacity, it's practically a suicide mission. We stay put in the village till we're ready. Okay, everyone? Take some time to think things through, okay? But remember, we're all here for you if you need us. No matter how dark things might seem, you're not alone, Alphen.
Thank you.
It's fine. All right, everyone. Let's break for now.
Do I even have the right to fight? Do I have the right to go to Shion's rescue? What do the others think?
Right, okay, so that answered a few things. The big thing that I have left to ask, basically, is 300 years, right? But Alphen only remembers up to a year ago, when he was at Calaglia, right? So, what's so special? Like, what happened a year ago, you know? Like, I don't understand. Well, dang nabbit, I just don't understand.
You're certainly full.
Trust me, it's not intentional.
Sorry, that was insensitive of me. Though, there's still an awful lot I wish I could understand. Every new piece of information seems only to yield further mysteries. The truth feels just as elusive as when we first started. I am well aware of where you got your powers. But why, as a Dahnan, do you bear the same crest as the current Renan sovereign? More to the point, why choose a Dahnan for their sovereign in the first place? And then there is the Maiden, a figure so powerful, she's playing yin to the sovereign's yang in esoteric ceremonies. And yet, then again, this all occurred 300 years ago. What if the term sovereign doesn't even hold the same... Listen, I may be a traitor among my people, but I am still Renan, born and raised. I learned the same history, listened rapt to the same tales. And yet now I feel like there was little truth to any of it.
Speaking of which, there's something else that I remember from the spirit channeling ceremony. It used the Renis Alma.
You're certain?
Yes. Or at least that's what they called it. Only you would know if it was one and the same.
Oh, I have never laid eyes on the real artifact myself. And you never participated in a crown contest. You're not even Renan. Many mysteries lay buried in these 3 centuries past.
3 centuries is more than several lifetimes. Was I really out that long?
Well, I'm only estimating based on historical record. But all the facts would seem to point that way.
Who the hell am I?
If I may be frank, we have even bigger fish to fry than that. By comparison, the far more important question at hand is, just what does it all mean?
Frank, huh?
Sometimes, we need a little help in addressing the truth behind our pain. Not to compete over lives lost, but I suspect your count is still somewhat beneath mine.
Thanks for lending me an ear.
Please, no thanks are necessary. The quicker you get back...
So this would mean that Shion is like a descendant. So, yeah, that has to be like staged, right? This, again, yeah, I mean, yeah, they made like a fucking sly joke. Oh, what a coincidence! But it's like, yeah, that's a fucking, that's a hell of a coincidence. Something must have happened. And, I'm gonna bet the Alphen's, the core reason as to why. Just gotta find out.
Alphen, are we gonna go rescue What's gotten into you, man?
Do I even have any right to be?
If you were in my place, you'd say...
Sounds like me. Pretending I have all the answers is kind of my forte.
Come on, man, snap. Look, I get it. You finally remember your past, only to feel like you've lost yourself. You're in shock, and who wouldn't be? Worse still, you blame yourself for what happened. And yeah, I don't agree, but that doesn't mean I don't understand either. But here's the thing. None of that's got anything to do with Shion.
I guess.
It's about Naori, isn't it? Look, you're still here, aren't you? Who's to say this chick isn't alive and kicking out there somewhere, too? Fine, I've said my piece.
My power consumed me once already. I left behind a path of fire and destruction. And the same thing could happen again. I can't guarantee anyone's safety.
So you think we might get burned up because of your sovereign powers? Come on, fight this thing! What happened to the guy who talked to me after my dad died? That's the guy I was... No, I'm serious. What's gotten into you, man? Just give me the word and I'll beat some sense into you if that's what it takes. Now, I'm gonna ask you this once and only once. What's it gonna be?
What do you think? Of course I want to rescue her. Hell...
So then quit griping and do it already!
Listen.
Alphen.
It's exactly like you said. Whatever happened in my past has nothing to do with Shion. But there's still so much that There I go again.
He could be a pain sometimes. Besides, even...
Yeah, I guess you're right. Just give me a little more time to...
Hey, don't even mention it.
Aww. So I was like reading on like forums and stuff about like different opinions about the game, and people don't really like Law. And I'm like, okay, that's... I can get it. He's kind of like the little brother of the group, but I mean, Law's kind of fucking cool. And also, stop with the fucking dub hating, okay? Law has a good fucking voice. At first, I also was like, maybe not the best choice, but it's completely grown on me. There's no bad voice acting in the game so far. Everyone's voice kind of fits him rather well.
All this time, I thought it was the worrying about Shion. I didn't realize...
I guess all of us are.
Yeah, but you've only just found out. I mean, no, not found.
To tell you the truth, I was actually beginning to forget I'd even lost my memory in the first place. Now that it's returned, well, you can see what I'm like. It's strange. When I think about Lenegis, it still feels like it was only a year or two ago that I was there. But then I realized what feels like years was actually centuries ago.
What about your hometown? Do you know if it's still there?
I doubt it. When the Renans invaded, the world as I knew it changed overnight. Even if the place is still there physically, I expect the people will be long gone. Certainly everyone I knew, at least. My family, my friends.
Yeah, I know how that feels. I have no home to return to either. I used to curse my bad luck that I'd ever been born a mage in the first place. Although if that had been the case, I'd never have met up with you guys.
Have you learned to embrace your power?
Nuh-uh. I resent them a little less than before, though. They've kept me alive this long, right? I try not to think about it too much. I guess what I'm trying to say is that with everything that's happened in your past, finding out you're the Sovereign and all, it's no wonder you're conflicted. Heck, honestly...
Rinwell.
First it was Shion, then it was me, and now it's you. All of us suffering, just because of some power we never even asked for.
Yeah, all this time you were suffering right in front of me, and I never even knew. I feel like I finally understand what you and Shion were going through.
You couldn't have known. Still, if you want to make it, poor Shion must be lonely.
Yeah, you're right.
I have thoughts, but I'll save them for a bit.
What do you see out there?
Zeugles. Strays by the looks of it. We unwittingly disturbed their so. Feel like you're...
All I know is Shion needs our help. As for what happens after that...
Say, How did you...
I came down in a Renan starship. I have Naori to thank for that.
What happened to her?
She stayed just as I wanted to get back to Dana and my people. Naori... Neither of us asked for the power or roles we were given.
Wait, so you mean it wasn't just Danans like you that Lenegis abducted? You're saying they forced Naori? One...
Even within Renan society itself, there exists a hierarchy. I don't think... Despite that, she did everything she possibly could to serve her people. The very same ones I ended up slaughtering. She stayed behind on Lenegis to help any of her people who survived. I owe her more than words can express. A debt left to fester for what? 300 years? How do I even begin to make up for something like that?
In all honesty, you don't. You can't atone for what's happened in the past, be it several centuries.
What are you saying?
I'm saying you don't have to be a white knight in shining armor. Back after my brother had passed away, it was you who told me that his dream lived on inside me. And you did the same for him, for Dohalim, when he was ready to give up too. You were there for both of us. You know what I heard? I heard you telling me to keep fighting, to strive no matter what.
Then I was out of line. I had no right to ask that of you.
No, you're wrong. Those words were exactly what I needed to hear at the... Left to my own devices, who knows? Besides, it's not the truly terrible ones are the people who abducted you. The ones who forced you to wield that. Not only that, but that guilt you feel inside. That... Do you understand? If I'm... But...
What I've been fighting... Back to the inn, I guess.
Alright, so I have thoughts. So I have a feeling they're completely off base. But the Water Lord, right? He kinda, and granted, I need to look back at what he looks like. But he kinda looks a little bit like Alphen, right? I don't think I'm too crazy there. Bless me. So, my prediction. Water Guy is the modern day Alphen. And Shion is the modern day Naomi. Alphen was a test subject, correct? Because why would they test on fellow Renans? They would test on a quote-unquote low-life Danan. Now, that technology's been perfected, he's going to become the Sovereign, and she's going to be the Sovereign Maiden, Shrine Maiden, because of, I'm assuming, like, ancestral disappointment? I don't know. It's not 100%, pardon me. But that is my guess. And with that guess, we will find out later on in the game. But most importantly, we'll find a little bit more out on the next episode, which I'm going to have to leave it. I'm going to have to leave this one here. So I hope you all had a good time. I hope you all have a good time. Until we meet again, I hope you have a fucking day. Peace.